Practice eventually becomes automatic, but you know just what you're doing. And you practice things. And this outside of that, you do certain things automatically. And then you do things, you work on things that are your weaknesses. And you pick out all the things that bother you, all the things that are not going, and keep working on those. You pick them out. It may be individual in each case. Until you lick it, until you lick the problem. Many students are afraid of scales because, number one, they don't practice them. And you know, you're usually afraid of something you're not familiar with. You're wary, you stay away from it. In other words, they are afraid of scales rather than scales being afraid of them. Many things are solved during your practicing. It may take a long time and it may be a very short time. But suddenly things become clear. But it must be always during your work you find it. No matter, you may have more time, you may have less time, but you still have to do it. Then you're ready for the emergencies. Certain things are mechanical, but you have to do it systematically. You have to get your hands, your fingers in shape. After all, you know, they just don't move without doing anything. It has to be coordinated, right? First the fingers, then your left hand with your right hand. That has to be synchronized. If one is faster than the other, or vice versa, not so good. When I say discipline, it's a thing you've got to do and get it over with. And so you do it. Discipline is important for your life anyway, for living. In fact, I think discipline is important for enjoying life. You almost have to refuse yourself a few things. Even if you could get it, you should refuse it. In other words, to say, if I have something good, or let's divide it if we can, you know, not all at once. I'll have a little for tomorrow, a little for the next day, so that I will enjoy each one fully. We have too many comforts. Actually, they're not conducive for dreaming, and you have to be an exception to be able to dream in spite of it. That's not easy. People often say to me, when I ask them, how about music? Have you studied? Have you done anything? I said, oh no, I am tone deaf. The person says, tone deaf. I said, what do you mean by tone deaf? Because I don't think there is such a thing as a tone deaf. Oh yes, I'm tone deaf. So, can you whistle Yankee Doodle? And they said, I guess so. And they whistle it. So I said, are you tone deaf? You just whistle Yankee Doodle or Turkey in the Straw or whatever the tune is, which is popular, right? So you're not tune deaf or tone deaf, whatever it is. You haven't been exposed, and it takes an effort to do it. In other words, the more you hear music, the more you will like it. People ask me something about smiling while you perform. All right? People said, you're stone face, poker face, sphinx, cold, you don't smile, nothing shows on your face. In other words, you don't smile, you have to, in order to smile and for people to see it beyond the second or third row, you have to have a grin, because a smile won't show. You have to really grin in order to. So all of these things, I don't do this, I don't do that. And I said to them, and I'm supposed to be rather successful. Now why am I successful? Would you please tell me? I have everything that's wrong. And yet I'm playing concerts, I'm being engaged, people come. They make a very good imitation of enjoying themselves. Sometimes very much so. So what's wrong? So there must be something else, I guess. I'm selling something to the public. And if I am not sold myself, then I can't sell it. I have to be convinced myself. And then if I don't sell it, then one or two things. Either I didn't do it properly, or they didn't get it. Because many times I I think I've done something well, and it didn't go. And there are times when something met with a big success, and I didn't think I deserved it. And I called them inside certain names, and I said, you were wrong. That was stupid. I wasn't good. What are you applauding for? I didn't deserve it. And it happened both ways. But I'd rather do it the other way, even if I don't get the applause. If I did something I feel is right, fine. I prefer that. When this electric car was first built, it was the first passenger car on this coast. Many things have started with a dream. That was one of those, because people said I was crazy to do this. First of all, they said, what are you going to do it? How can you do it? You know, it's silly, you're wasting your money. I mean, it's poor business. Well, they call it, you know how you start a one-man crusade. Well, one-man crusade simply means that somebody gets started. Of course, no one man can do anything, really. No, one man can start something and hope that there might be some people or a handful of people with imagination, with courage of their convictions, and big enough businessmen, really big enough, to realize that there is an opportunity to make a new business, and a big business, but the one that will be beneficial to you and me, so we can breathe the air that I think we are entitled to. It took me about 2 years of serious planning, and I pestered a certain person for almost 2 years, until the person possibly he gave up just to get rid of me, maybe, I don't know. I became a nuisance value. But it came to be. And it was done with the idea of calling attention to it. I said that I want all the publicity I can possibly get. The car has been on TV, it's been all over the place. It's been shown to scientists, to different people. I've taken it to USC, I took it to Malibu, and a lot of people looking at it. I wanted to call attention to it. And I didn't need that car, of course, obviously, you know. I had a car. This was built for that particular purpose. In other words, let's say my contribution to fight the smug. It seems to me that no matter what you do, if you do it well, or if you do it better than somebody else, you should take cognizance of it, you should take pride in it, because that is an achievement. I like any natural noise, and I hate all of the other noise. And you know, we are surrounded with it, and they're getting worse. If people don't challenge all the time, the noises will get worse and not better. You can look at the ocean for hours, because it gives you a chance to think. The ocean is never the same. It always, constantly changes. I happen to like the sound, yes. I like it very much. I like the waves. Many people get nervous. It makes them nervous. I can go to sleep to the sound of the waves. There are more microphones, and everything's getting louder. I hate most of the mics, except possibly those in the studios, because you have to have those, and I'm accustomed to those. You play and you perform, and there is the mic, but those mics don't disturb anybody except the people in the control room.